Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle. I'm a tarot reader here on YouTube and I have a pick a card reading for you today with the energies of the week ahead. All my readings are timeless, so you don't need to get attached to the date on which it was posted. Whenever you find this video, then this is the right time for you. I set the intention that if you need to hear it, then you will find this video. Also, maybe this is not only happening in the week ahead, but this is just a message that your guides really want you to listen, and then you're coming across this video. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. You can pause the video, and I ask you to choose from your intuition to see what is the pile that is calling to you the most. And that can be because of the colors in the picture that they just attract you, or it can be the name of the card, or the number on it, or just an inner feeling that that is the pile for you. We have pile number 1 with the card Poised, pile number 2 with the card Exchanging Gifts, and pile number 3 with the card Why. Just a reminder that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you. Maybe you're not supposed to hear all of it, maybe parts of it are supposed to be for someone else, but you still need to hear some parts. So take what resonates with you, and if you feel like this is not your reading, then don't try to force it, don't try to make it fit in. Then maybe it's just not your reading, it's intended to someone else, or even about a situation that is still to come to you. So take what resonates. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, show it to your friends, share it. It really helps the channel to grow. It's a very new channel, so I would really love for you to like it, to enjoy the reading, and if you do, please share it with your friends, okay? So let's get started. Hi, here is the reading for everybody who chose group number 1 with this beautiful card, Poised. While I was shuffling this, the first thing I felt was this sense of, yes, I did it, a sense of accomplishment, and a sense of release, of just letting things come to you. The Poised card, to me, it talks about just staying there. The work that you have to put, the work that you have to do is already done. You can give yourself the right to just sit and wait and harvest and receive whatever you planted, the outcome of whatever you put out there. So it was a very light-hearted, curious energy of just receiving. It was but at the same time, and that's what's funny, because it wasn't so grounded as the Empress energy, for instance. The Empress energy for me is really only about receiving. It's just about sitting and being receptive, not doing the work. At the same time, that I do feel like for group number 1, this is a moment of just sitting and receiving. There is still an active energy here, but for me this active is not so much about working more, is an energy of enthusiasm. So it's not a relaxed energy of I planted and now I'm receiving. No, it's I planted, but now I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it. There is an active energy in there as well. There is this enthusiasm, there is this I'm ready to take whatever it is that is coming, you know. So that was very interesting to me. So I'm gonna leave your oracle cards here. We are gonna take a look at them afterwards, and then let's take a look at your tarot cards first. So we have the Sun. Oh, that's great, that's beautiful. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so the 7 of Wands in reverse, the Hangman, the Fool in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. It's interesting because my readings are not usually romantic readings. They talk more in general, but I did feel collective energy of not just so yeah, mostly romance, mostly someone else coming in or someone else being left back in the past. But the energies overall this week, they really called me into relationship, how we relate to others. And this doesn't need to be only romantic relate. Oh, there's one more here I didn't see. Okay, let's see. Oh, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. Ah, yes. So it's not just about romantic relationships, but our relationships with the whole society, with our community, with our friends, with the people who are close to us, and that incite in us those warm feelings in our heart. So this is a very light-hearted week for the group number one, and I love seeing that. I really love seeing that, especially with the full moon in Gemini coming on tomorrow. The time that I'm recording this on the 29th, yeah, 29th of November. And there will be the full moon in Gemini tomorrow, which is also an eclipse. It will be also a lunar eclipse. And there is this jittery feeling that always comes with full moons, and especially in eclipses. They are even stronger. And each one of us, they will feel it in a different way. I know that I have felt it very strongly this week in many different forms. It can change a lot, especially because this is a moon in Gemini. I do have my natal moon in Gemini as well. So we don't attach to the same feeling for very long. It's very common for us who have moon in Gemini to be very moody. Our moods can change a lot throughout the day. We can wake up feeling sad and sorrow about ourselves and whatever is going on around us, and then by noon we are happy and we are optimistic, and then by the end of the day we are just feeling relaxed. It changes a lot. So this jitteriness is very present in this week, and these weeks, these readings, they are timeless. So even if you're not watching it at the time of the full moon, at the time of the lunar eclipse, uh, you will still feel this energy throughout your week. It will still represent the energy that you're going through in the week ahead. But going back to your reading, so we have the Poised card that I said at first, and then opening here, I found very interesting because we first have the sun. So the sun here, it confirms what I've been saying about this just this feeling of lightness, of happiness, of enthusiasm, of yeah, what it is that is coming. The sun illuminates the whole reading here. It opens your reading, it illuminates the rest of the cards, and there's just this warm transparency and curiosity, enthusiasm for what it is that is starting. So I don't see this as an ending period for you, even though eclipses, lunar eclipses especially, they are mostly about endings. But I see that whatever ending you had here is already in the past. So you did have an ending. It already worked itself out. You went through the transformations that it had for you, and now you're ready for a new cycle to begin. And that's awesome here. So this group is not going through any sorrow or any difficulty in living things in the past. But then we get to the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Hangman. And what these two cards tell me is that there is a lot of impatience here, because when the Seven of Pentacles is standing in the Rider-Waite Tarot, if you're used to watching readings on YouTube, or if you read tarot yourself, then you probably know the image of the Seven of Pentacles. If you don't, it's a guy, he has a pile of seven pentacles that he has been planting and taking care of, and he's just looking at that. He's just looking at all the work that he just did of putting those piles together, and he's just waiting for the outcome to come from that. Okay. So he's patiently or excitedly waiting for that outcome. But when the Seven of Pentacles here is in reverse, and especially with the Hanged Man, it tells me that you are really excited for the outcome of the hard work that you put, and you can't wait for it to start. But which is great, it is a very good enthusiastic energy. And as I say this to you, I feel enthusiastic myself. I can really feel the energy of this group. Like, I feel that I just had 3 coffees and I'm jittery, and I'm like, yes, let's go for it. Even though I didn't, I do have my tea here, but it has no caffeine. So I can really feel this impatient energy of, come on, I did all the work, I did it, now can it come already? And the Hanged Man asks you to relax. Okay, yes, you did it, but relax. It will come. It will come in its time. And the whole reading also gives this confirmation that it is soon. It's not something that you're gonna have to wait still for months and months. No, it's on its way. But man, relax. Okay. So that's, yeah, I feel impatient myself seeing these cards. But the Hanged Man here, together with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it really talks about that, about, yeah, you did all the work and it's great. Now allow yourself to relax a bit, to just let it come. You know, you have the time now to focus on other things, to enjoy other areas of your life, and don't worry, it is coming. The Fool here in reverse also confirms that to me. It's like you're dying to just jump out of that cliff. Oh, that was a bit of an unfortunate example here, like you're dying to jump off the cliff, but you can't wait to throw yourself into this, you know, you can't wait to restart, to start the cycle again. But there is still something that is happening behind the scenes, and it doesn't mean that it's something bad or there is something that you should worry about. It's not that. It's just that when you put your intentions out, the rest of the world, the universe, needs to catch up with it as well, you know. So for instance, I'm just an example. Let's say that you applied for that job and you're just waiting for the job to come, and you're like, but I'm ready, I just need this offer, you know, I did great in the interview, and yeah, I did super well, and now they just need to call me and tell me that I got it and give me an offer. And maybe, yeah, maybe the job is yours, but they still had 3 other people to interview, that they can't just cancel their interviews and saying like, yeah, you know what, but we already chose someone. They still need to go through the, yeah, through it. They still need to go to the bureaucracy, let's say, of interviewing these people, and comparing them to you or not, even though they already know that they want you for that position. And then after that, they need to do some paperwork, and maybe someone in the office went on vacations. So, you know, like there are other things going on. It's not just you. There are other things in the world that need to catch up with that. And especially now, we are approaching holiday time. I live in the Netherlands, and we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, but maybe many of you live in countries that celebrate it. And you need that, there is some patience that needs to come with it, because there are other things going on, or maybe it's related to Corona and people are working from home and they need to go to the office to, I don't know, do some of the paperwork that can only be done there. So there are things behind the scene working to make this come to fruition. And these things, they are not related to you. It's just other people living their lives and doing their thing, and you need to wait for them to do their thing so that your thing can be done. Okay, but with the Knight of Cups here and this Queen of Swords, I want to talk about it for less, because I think that this Queen of Swords doesn't necessarily connect with the reading, because as you saw in the beginning, I forgot this card. This card was trapped here with your oracle cards. Okay, so I'm gonna read it with your oracle cards. So because for me it doesn't really connect with this part of the reading, so it probably has a message with those oracle. But here the Knight of Cups talks to me about it. It is coming. Whatever it is that you manifested, whatever it is that is this prosperity, emotional fulfillment that you manifested, it is coming. Okay, so calm down, wait a bit, enjoy the process, be optimistic. It is a time for you to be happy, to really enjoy whatever work you put out there, because it is coming to you, but it's coming in its own time. Because the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, they are slower in movement. The Knight of Pentacles is too slow for my taste personally. I can't handle the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. But the Knight of Cups, it's also a slow mover, not so slow as the Pentacles, but it isn't a wands or a swords. It is slow, and it's gaining momentum. You know, it's building itself. It's coming steadily towards you, but you need to wait for it. And I also see that it isn't in your best interest also to receive all this right now, because after you do, when you attract something, when you manifest something, it has different steps. So you do have the active energy, but you also need to have the receptive energy. You need to know how to act, but you also need to know how to sit down and let it come, let the result come. It's not just about the active part of the manifestation. Knowing how to receive it, knowing how to open up yourself for it to come is also important. So with the Poised card here, I do feel that you need to learn this part of the process as well. You need to learn how to stay optimistic, because this is also something that is coming out to me now that I said this. Sometimes when things take longer to come than we would want them to, we start getting very attached to pessimism. We can get pessimistic with it. We can start shifting our mindset and doubting of that. So in a way, it's also a lesson for us to learn how to trust, to learn how to stay optimistic. Let me have some tea because my throat is getting dry. Yeah. Okay, so now let's take a look at your oracle cards. And yeah, I'm curious about this Queen of Swords. I'm quite curious about it, but I want to see what else we have. So I'm gonna leave these messages for last, because this is a new oracle that I ordered and I love. This is a famous one. Maybe you saw it in other channels. This is the Wild Offering deck, I think is the name, Wild Offering. And it does have some messages, but it's written, so I want to read it for you. I'm gonna leave it for last. So I have a Goddess card, which is I love when the cards do that. They just confirm everything that you just said. So take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So quiet time. I know that you're super excited for whatever it is coming, but allow yourself to receive it. Manifesting something isn't only about going after it, of putting energy out. Is also letting the energy come back. That's a very important part of the process. And as I'm reading this to you, it's very interesting to me, because this is the pile that I chose myself. I always choose a pile in the beginning. I don't see the cards. I'm seeing the cards for the first time together with you here. And the pile that I chose was also this one. And as I say these things to you, I'm also saying them to myself. And I'm like, oops, yeah, that's true. Okay, and then it's interesting because I got the paradox. but the paradox came in reverse. When I was shuffling it, it fell, and I don't use reversals with this deck, but it fell in the reverse from my hand. And for me, this paradox comes with the Queen of Swords. Because, and yeah, I'm getting the message here. When we are people who are so much in the Queen of Swords energy, we are achievers, we are go-getters, we are so used to fight for everything that we want. We grow up thinking that if you want something, you need to fight for it, and you need to put your blood, your sweat, your time, you need to put all that you've got, and you need to go after it with all the strength. And then when you start learning about manifestation, when you start learning that you don't need to go after things with brute force only, you can use the energy you can use the universe in a way to help you get what you need. You can use magic for that. And when I say magic, I don't mean rituals, although you could be doing rituals as well, but just being aligned with the energy of the universe, using the law of karma, using manifestation techniques. When you learn how to use those things to also get what you want, you find out that not everything is about brute force. And you can see that, for instance, with the Empress card from the tarot. The Empress is extremely prosperous. There's so much prosperity, so much abundance around the Empress, and she is that inactive energy, that receptive energy. It's about receiving. So there is this paradoxal energy here, which is group number one. You're so used to having to fight so hard for whatever you want that when the universe, the tarot, tells you, hey, actually you just need to sit and it will be given to you right now, there is a paradox there. Like, how? No, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Nothing comes for free. Nothing comes for free. If you want something, you need to fight. If you want something, you need to give your best. You give it all, and then you go after it, and then you get it. So it takes a moment for us to understand that there is a lot of power in not doing anything also. That being open and being receptive is just as important as going after things. And this is a big lesson here. There's a very big lesson in it. Okay, so let's take a look at the other two cards that I have with the... Wow. I'm gonna read this one first because I just said it about using the universe, right? That you can use the universe. And listen to this. This card is called Service. And what it says is, you stop using the universe, and it says between brackets, to try to get what you want, and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So again, when you make yourself align with the universe, and you also align what it is that you want for yourself with others, so how can you give back to others with what it is that you're asking to yourself? You will start noticing that things happen much more smoothly. So the process of manifesting something isn't only about asking it to the universe. It's not only about going actively after what it is that you want. The process of aligning yourself with the divine plan and allowing yourself to receive it is just as important. And the second card is self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. I don't even need to say anything about it anymore, right? Yeah. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed pile number 1. Just be patient. It is coming. Just allow yourself to receive it right now, okay? And I hope you have a wonderful week and also a wonderful eclipse that you can use this energy in the best way possible to you. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, group number 2. This is the reading for everybody who picked the card Exchanging Gifts. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, the light is quite bright, but hope you can see it. Okay, so when I was shuffling it, even though it's a beautiful card, so you see a ballerina coming out of a box, and she's exchanging a gift with a cat. Although, and I always say this, but I'm gonna say it first. I don't check my cards. I don't know yet what you got. I'm gonna see it for the first time with you. But when I was shuffling this, the impression that I had is that someone is trying to give you a gift that you don't really want to receive. Someone is trying to offer you something or trying to convince you that what they are trying to give you is great for you, but you're not so sure about it. And I am also not so sure about it, to be honest. I feel like this person is trying to convince you that whatever they have for you, you should be very grateful for it. But I have my doubts about it. And I can feel in this group number 2, that you are also very suspicious about this offer. You know that it's not coming with the best intentions. My throat's getting a bit dry this time. Yes, so this is what I'm feeling from these exchanging gifts. This gift is not as generous as they are trying to make you believe. And I also said this to group number 1, that tomorrow, at the time that I am recording this video, I'm recording it on the 29th of November, and tomorrow is the full moon in Gemini. So the sun will be in Sagittarius and the moon will be in Gemini. And the sun in Sagittarius here talks to us about the big picture, about a bigger perspective, the high level of things. So we see things from the top, we see the combination of it all. But the moon in Gemini asks us to pay attention to the details. What is written in the small letters at the bottom of the contract of this gift? Because maybe on the surface, it sounds great. It sounds like a beautiful gift. It sounds like everything that you wanted. But if you use the Gemini energy of this full moon and you go into the small letters and the small details, I feel like this person And I do feel like it's a person for this group. Maybe it's not, then this is a general reading. Just see how it resonates for you, what other aspect of your life it's talking about. But I think that for most of you, it is about a person. And I think that whatever are those small details, this person doesn't want you to focus on that. They don't really want you to see those. And actually, I remember, I don't know if you watch it, I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I absolutely love it. I don't know if you watch it. And there is an episode on the last season in which they need to pretend to be politicians. And there is one of the contestants that every time someone makes him a question, he makes a joke in which he says, "Hey, look over there, look over there." So he's always using a distraction, like, no, no, don't focus on this, don't focus on this, look at this shiny, pretty object here. And that's what I feel with this group. I feel that they want you to focus on the bigger picture, on the shiny object, so that you don't pay attention at the smaller details that are underneath it. I feel like they are trying to use this gift, and this can be a literal gift, but I do see this more symbolically. Uh, it's yeah, I don't see it literally, but for some of you it could be a literal gift. But I feel like they are using this big thing that they are offering you as a distraction for you not to pay attention to the details that you should be focusing on. And believe me, you should be focusing on those details. You should be focusing on both. Because with the full moon energy, we have an opposition between the sun and the moon. So the sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Gemini. It's also a lunar eclipse. Tomorrow, this full moon is a lunar eclipse. And the strategy with dealing with opposition, so when two planets are in opposite signs, is to find the balance in the middle. You need both. You do need both. But you need to find what is that point of equilibrium between the two. Okay, so you need both. The bigger picture is important, but it's very important to pay attention to details. And it's been a while. I think I've been talking about 6 minutes and I didn't even open my cards yet. So I think this is also the group with the most tarot cards. Yeah, you got many tarot cards. So let's see. You have the Ace of Wands. Cool. Yes, the Eight of Swords. And this is the Thought Tarot from Aleister Crowley. And I like that he has some words or sentences under the under the minor arcana. And this one says interference. And I do wonder, oh, and this is this is very, very interesting, because I don't know if you can see. Let me see if it will focus. Yeah, it's focusing. He also did an association with planetary influences in his cards. And I don't know if you can see, but up here, I don't know if you can see it, it has the Jupiter sign. This is so magical, to be honest, because there is the Jupiter sign, and Jupiter is the natural ruler of Sagittarius. But then down here, you have the Gemini sign, the Gemini symbol here. So what did I just said? And this right before the full moon in Sagittarius and Gemini. And we have both here in this card. Isn't this amazing? It is for me. It really is. Okay, let's see. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Justice, Page of Cups in reverse, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Wands in reverse. I'm getting a very specific message here, and I know that this is a general reading, but I do feel that this group has a very specific message, which is very funny because in my previous video there was also a very specific energy being picked up on group number 2, and again here I see the same thing. Okay, so take what resonates with you, but I am picking up on the energy of some people who are dealing with a romantic connection here. And you start with the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands here, it tells me that you know inside of you with this gift that whatever it is that they are trying to offer you, this could also be a job offer for you, but it says that or maybe a current job in which they are trying to, okay, I'm picking up a few stories, so I'm gonna, for one of the groups I do think that this could be a romantic situation. For another group I think that this could be a work situation, but in whatever it is, they are trying to offer you something that you're very suspicious about. And with the Ace of Wands here, I see you wanting to escape from this. Also with the Eight of Swords. It feels to me that it's in the best interest of this person or company or boss or to keep you tied up. And if you watch other readings here on YouTube, or if you know a bit of tarot yourself, then the Eight of Swords in the Rider-Waite tarot is a woman surrounded by 8 swords, and she's trying to escape. And she has a blindfold over her eyes. And it's a self-imposed limitation. She thinks that she's so trapped in there. And maybe she is, but with some effort she can get herself free. But it is a card of limitation. It is a card of being trapped. And I feel that this person or this company or whatever it is, whoever it is, they want you to stay like that. They want you to think that you don't have another option. They want you to think that you are tied up to that situation, that you are tied up to them. I'm getting this feeling, and I just heard it in my head. You owe them. They want you to think that you owe them. They want you to be very grateful for whatever it is that they are offering you, and that you owe them. How dare you escape from them? How dare you not want what they are offering you? I feel like this is a very controlling person and very entitled, and they want you to be very grateful for whatever, small or not, but I do feel it's a small with this exchanging gifts. They want you to feel very grateful for whatever it is that they are offering you. I don't like this person. I really dislike this person. I really dislike the energy that is coming with this person. But what is interesting here, and I do love to see that in your reading, is that you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Justice afterwards. So the Nine of Pentacles, you have everything that you need. You don't need this person. You don't need whatever it is that they are trying to offer you. And I think that they know that. I think that they are very aware that you don't need it. And that's why they are so desperate into trying to make you believe that you do. Because their power lies in making you think that you are in scarcity. You understand? I'm gonna repeat this. They don't have real power over you. Their power lies in you believing that you can't be without them. So for instance, if this is a job offer, and I don't know, maybe you want to leave your current job and your boss knows about it, and then they offer you a very small raise, as if they are just giving you a crumb, like, oh, but you should be so grateful, I'm giving you this 10 euros raise, how dare you not be grateful about it? And they know that you are a very good professional, and they know that you are talented and that you could get another job easily, and that they don't have power over you. They can't keep you where you are. So what do they try? They try to make you think that you are not as good as you think you are. They might try to put you down. They might try to make you feel like you are not a good professional. They suddenly might be trying to put your work down and treating you as if you are stupid, so that you think that they are doing you a favor by allowing you to stay in that job. But that is just a facade, because they know that they don't have real power over you. They know that you can get something else like this. So the only way out, the only way that they can keep their power over you is to make you think that you are tied up. That you are tied up. That's the only way that they can make you think like that. They need to make you think that you are powerless and that you owe them and that you should be grateful for them wanting you. So that you don't see the truth, which is you don't need them. You really don't. And this also brings me back to what I said in the beginning with the look over there, with the distraction. Creating a distraction so that you don't see your real value. They need, it's like they create, I'm seeing this image, this story in my head. Is like they make a magic trick, and it's a horrible magic trick. It's very, very badly done. Not to say another word that I might not be able to say here on YouTube, but it's very crappy. It is like a childish magic trick, and the only way to make you believe in it is if they keep distracting you. They keep pointing you to other things and distracting you. Because if you look at that magic trick for a second, you see how stupid it is. You see how childish and, yeah, just how badly it is done. I'm getting angry with this person, honestly. But, oh yeah, so going back, because I still had something to say. So with the Hierophant here, you really don't need this. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant, you are so much above this, and you're so much more capable than they are trying to make you believe, that it's ridiculous. But then what I like is the Justice card. What I like here is the Justice card, because the Justice card, it does give back whatever it is that you deserve, not only to you, but to others. You cannot run away from the Justice card here. So the balances I just saw that's really sweet. I'm sorry, but I just saw a guy. He's running on the street and he was dancing and he stopped for a while. Yeah, I think he has some earphones, but he's really dancing and spinning around, and it made me happy to see that. It was so funny, in a good way, like not making fun of him, but like, yeah, he just looks so happy because it's very cold outside, and he was dancing and spinning on the street, and I loved it. I really loved seeing it. But going back to the Justice card, so with the Justice card here, the balances, they are coming back into balance. Okay, so I do see that, especially for you, moving away from this person, moving away from, or whatever it is that it's going on here, I think that you stayed in an unbalanced situation for a long time. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna stop looking outside because this guy dancing is really distracting me, and he keeps dancing and he's making a whole performance on the street, and I need to stop looking at it because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to concentrate. I'm sorry. I'm in such a jittery feeling today. Yes, so I do see that for a long time you gave more to the situation than you should, and probably that's also why this person got so entitled. Not that it's your fault, because it's not. Other people's actions are not your responsibility at all, okay? But maybe you giving, always giving to the situation, made this person even more entitled into thinking that, yeah, now they can get you back with whatever gift they give out to you. So this was very unbalanced. But with the Justice card here, oh, my plants. Yes, so with the Justice card here, the plates, they are getting more balanced, okay? So whatever imbalance happened in the beginning of the situation with this person, this is starting to go back to where it should. Okay. And I am a bit afraid for some of you, I need to be honest, because I do think that some of you might still be tempted to accepting this gift. And I see that because of these 3 cards. And they came out like this. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse, which for me is very similar to this exchanging gifts card. It's like he is offering you something, he's offering you a gift, but this gift is not all that, you know, it's just a trick. It's just a trick to get you back. But the problem is that it came with the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Wands in reverse. And I do see that some of you are afraid of the unknown. It's one of those situations, better the devil you know. So even though you know that this person is not to be trusted, this job is not doing you well, this is a toxic situation, you are so afraid of going into the unknown that you keep holding back to it. You keep holding back to the staff that you have. And then with this 2 of Cups in the middle, I wonder if some of you aren't telling yourselves that this is meant to be, that this person is your soulmate, that this job is the job of your dreams, in order to keep yourself in this situation. I wonder if some of you aren't romanticizing this person or this connection out of fear. I'm getting this very strongly, and I do hope that most of you are not in this. Like, this even came out in separate cards, you know, it's really a side story to this. I think that most of you are in this Nine of Pentacles Hierophant energy of knowing that you are enough, knowing that you have a lot for you out there, and not falling for this gift. But I do see that some of you are wanting to, and it's not, and I'm gonna say this again, you are not falling for it. It's almost as if you want to. It's like this person, this job, they are not out that, and you know that, and you're not even attached to them. But you are so afraid of going out there. You're so afraid about, you're so afraid of being by yourself, of being without a job and not finding another job, or having to change your career, or being single again and having to go back into trying to find someone. Some of you might be so afraid of that, that you are creating lies about this connection, and you are painting it as if it's a beautiful thing in your mind to go back to it. And then you are accepting a page, a page in reverse. You know, you're accepting something that is so small and unfulfilling to you. And you're creating stories to justify this choice. So I do need to put it out there, but I hope that most of you are here. And if you were going here, then I hope that this reading helped you realize that, and know that you don't need to fear this. Because who it is that you really are, you are the Nine of Pentacles in the Hierophant. This is who you really are. The Two of Wands, you got two major arcana. And this is your fear. It's a minor arcana in reverse, but this is who you really are. This is just fear, okay? But this is you. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. And I also got, I think, yeah, many oracle cards for you. So I got two Monology cards. Let's see. Full Moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. So again, the best for you is to leave the situation. And I do think that with this card, with the Full Moon in Cancer and the Justice, you will see that this will balance itself out. You are walking away from it. And you will see that so much more balance will come into your life once you really leave this. Once you really leave this behind. And then we have New Moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So, prosperity card right on top. And yeah, right on top of the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very prosperous card. There's nothing to be afraid of here, really. And I also got, oh yes. So I also got a card. And it's funny that this card came right at the end, because I actually wanted to have opened this in the beginning, but I forgot. So if I forgot, I didn't forget. It's here for a reason. So Tree of Fire. Ah, yeah, I love it. And I especially love the Tree of Fire. And in this tarot, this is the good tarot. I really love their cards. Their cards are so pretty, and they are huge. Like, it's the size of my hand. But why I love the Tree of Fire, it's the Tree of Wands in the regular tarot. And the Tree of Fire comes right after the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands here is in the reverse, it's your fear. But once you leave this behind, once you realize that there's nothing to be afraid of, you can really charge forward and look forward and see what it is that you want. You see all the possibilities that are ahead of you. So I really love seeing the Tree of Fire here, because it also shows me that most of you are indeed not in this energy. Most of you are in the Tree of Fire. You are looking forward with optimism. You know that you needed to leave the situation. You know that there's nothing else to be gained from here, and there are no lies that you can make up to yourself that will change the situation, that will change this person. And So I see that most of you, you might still wonder about it, but mostly you are in this beautiful Tree of Fire energy here. And I got an animal spirit card for you. Yes, so the giraffe spirit, and don't know if you can see what it says, if it focus. See the big picture. So what did I just say in the beginning of the reading about the full moon in Sagittarius and Gemini? That you need to combine both. You need to see things from a higher perspective. You need to see, but you also need to pay attention to details. Look at the situation as a whole. Is it really making you happy? Are you sure? Are you sure that it's really making you happy? That it's not just out of fear that you're attaching yourself to it? Okay then. And then I have the last one, versatility. And this is also a very beautiful card. And this reminds me of what I said in the beginning. Hey guys, sorry, my camera stopped recording. I think the movie was too long, and I don't know actually what happened, but it just stopped. So going back, the versatility card, please focus. Please focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus. But anyway, so you saw it before. The versatility card reminds me of what I said here in the beginning, with this person trying to make you believe that you are not all that you need them, or that you owe them. And for me, the versatility card is reminding you, is yeah, just bringing it back, that you are capable. You are capable of finding another relationship. You are an interesting, beautiful person, you know, with a big heart, and you don't need to be attached to a toxic relationship to have a boyfriend, to have whatever it is that you're getting from this person, you know. Or if it's not a romantic relationship, if it's a job, if it's a family member, whoever this person is, you don't need them. You are versatile, you are capable, you are interesting, you have most also, because the versatility, for me, it's not, here it talks about having other attributes, of having skills, but also having people. So you also have other people. If it's your family, for instance, trying to make you feel that you need them because you don't have anyone else, because they are family. So, and especially with now, with the holidays arriving, and I know that many of you might not have a good relationship with your family, and then maybe this family is trying to make you believe that you need them because you need, it's family, it's that the sacred thing. And though I believe that family is a beautiful thing, it's not like that for everybody. And the versatility card here also reminds you that your family is also the family that you choose for yourself. You have other people, you have friends, you have the family, the soul family that you built, that you found for yourself in the world. Okay. So that's all I have for you today, group number 2. I hope you have a wonderful week, an amazing holiday, and I see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. We are going to take a look at the energies of the week for everybody who chose group number 3 with this card. Why? And when I was shuffling, I talked about this with the other 2 groups as well before this, because when I shuffle, I feel your energy already, and most of the times I already know what the reading is going to be about. I just channel all the messages that are coming for you, and then afterwards the cards, they just confirm that usually, but I already channel what this group is going through before it starts. And it was different with your group, because group number 3, I have no idea what your reading is about. And I have no idea because your energy was everywhere. It was like I was picking up some messages, and then as I was shuffling and picking up other oracle cards for you, that energy shifted, and the messages coming, they started being about something else and about something else and about something else, and I just ended up having no idea what is it that you're going through this week. And in a sense, it makes sense with the why card. I do feel that the main impression, actually the first impression that I got when I took this card, because I first picked up all these oracle cards, the first cards for you to choose from, and when I saw this why, the first thing that I thought was, you're so attached to understanding, to getting answers from something, that it's keeping you from moving on. It's like maybe something happened between you and a situation, or between you and someone else. I also said this to the other groups. I digress a lot, but I will go with my digression. But I also said this to the other groups, that usually when I'm shuffling, I also pick up what are the main concerns of the collective on that week. And for all groups, it was about either a romantic relationship, but a relationship. It could be a work relationship, with your boss, or with your work if you're changing careers, or with your family, or with a partner, with an ex. And for you, I also picked up that it is possibly with a person, but the main story that I got when I took this card, why, is that you're trying to move on from it, you're trying to leave it behind, but you're so attached to why it didn't work, why did they say this, why did that happen, that you keep pulling yourself back to this situation, trying to understand it. And group number 3, I don't know how much more you need to understand about this situation. I don't know if trying to understand, to dissect the situation so much, to dissect this other person so much, to dissect how they feel, what they think, why they do what they do, that you are distracting yourself from the things that actually matter in your life. This is what I'm picking up with this card, why. And maybe that's also why your energy, maybe that's the reason why your energy is everywhere. Because it's like you're creating distractions for yourself not to focus on what matters. And that tomorrow, I also said this to the other group, so tomorrow is the full moon in Gemini, and it's a lunar eclipse. I'm recording this video on the 29th of November, and tomorrow is, for me, maybe you're watching this, maybe you're coming from the future, right? But at the moment that I am recording this, it's the full moon in Gemini tomorrow. And it makes a lot of sense because I do have my natal moon in Gemini. And with the full moon, we have the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Gemini. And my natal moon is in Gemini, so I really understand this energy. Our minds are everywhere. It's so hard for us to focus on only one thing. I am that kind of person who reads 10 books at the same time. Maybe not 10, I'm exaggerating, but 4, 5 for sure. I can't read one book at a time. I read 4 or 5. And then I jump from one to the other when I get bored. If I'm doing something, I'm sometimes watching a video on YouTube with the TV on, and then my player is also playing a disc, a vinyl. I like vinyls, and then I'm playing a vinyl. I'm listening to music with the TV on while watching a YouTube, and maybe drawing. So it's hard with the Gemini energy to focus on one thing. We need to get our hands on everything, a bit of everything. But I feel here that by doing that, you are, and this is, oops, This is also not about distracting yourself, but it's also this wise, you know, instead of looking at the higher and at the bigger picture here and moving on and healing whatever needs to be healed, and you just keep jumping from one why to the other, and they are very elusive, because you see that the book with the why, with the question mark, has wings, so it's very elusive. It's like whenever you are about to touch it, it flies away, and you can't never really grasp. And I feel like this is starting to become an obsession for you. That this is starting to become an obsession to understand. I need to understand. But maybe think with yourself, do you really need to understand? Do you really, really, really need to understand? I mean, what is it gonna change for you? To what point you really need to understand in order to move on, and to what point you're using your need for understanding as a way to self-sabotage your progress. Think about it. So I have some tarot cards and some oracle cards, and you got very few oracle cards, I have to say, but it is what it is. You got many tarot cards, so the tarot had a lot to talk with you, but the oracles didn't that much. And also because I just channeled 8 minutes for you here, so there is a lot and there's nothing at the same time. It's everywhere. This is an interesting reading. So opening your reading, the energy here, the Tree of Earth. Sorry, my throat was a bit dry, and I had to edit out of the video. So we have here the Tree of Earth. And it's interesting because for me, the Tree of Earth, it doesn't represent you. Even though it's opening your reading, I feel like this is what your guides want you to focus on. Focus on the work, focus on the tangible, focus on the practicalities, on what needs to be done, what needs to be worked on. This is what I'm picking up with this Three of Pentacles here. And also work with others, that's also very important, because the Three of Pentacles is a card of partnership, although here I do feel like its message is much more about focusing on what is tangible, focusing on concrete things in your life, instead of distracting yourself with this situation. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Wands. Nice, that's good. You have the Judgment in reverse. That makes a lot of sense with this white card. The Daughter of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Yes. Okay, and then here at the bottom we have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense for me. And that basically repeats what I've been talking to you here. So the Ace of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, it really talks about moving on. The Ace of Wands, it is now. There is something so tangible for you here. I see such a big opportunity ahead of you, and I don't know what it is. And I'm not picking up what it is about with these cards. It could be another love situation coming in for you, like a better person. It could be a job. It could be a money opportunity. And even if this why is related to a person, you know, it could be that your concerns are about a romantic relationship and what is coming for you is actually money and prosperity in another job or something else. You know, they don't need to be the same thing. What you're leaving behind and what is coming for you, they don't need to be the same thing and the same subject. But what I see with the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands here as well is that there is a very good opportunity that is showing itself to you, and I do think that most of you know what I'm talking about, and some of you have seen it, but is still like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. What opportunity? What is it that you're saying? And then for those, I need to say, open your eyes, take a look, because I do think that all of you have seen it. All of you have it in front of you. Okay? And it's like there is work here to be done. There is something here for you that you really need to start putting some energy, some effort towards. And instead, you keep distracting yourself with the whys. And this brings it back to me in the beginning when I said that maybe some of you are unconsciously using, okay? I'm not saying that you're doing anything on purpose. I'm not blaming you, and that's not what I'm saying. But I do think that sometimes we are so afraid of getting something good for ourselves that we self-sabotage us into staying in the same shitty situation. And I do feel that here. I do feel that this could be, for some of you, a self-sabotaging situation. You are attaching yourself to something from your past, something that you keep saying to yourself that you need to understand, instead of moving on and grabbing this really great opportunity that is presenting itself to you here. And I ask yourself, why? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of success, group number 3? Are you so used to receiving crap from life and from others that you think you don't deserve it? That unconsciously it's internalized in you somewhere in there that you don't deserve better? And then you unconsciously create strategies to keep yourself from getting that. For instance, by giving energy to situations that don't serve you and attaching and obsessing with it. Think about it. Because the rest of the cards here, they do confirm that to me. The Judgment in reverse. And I'm gonna tell you, when the Judgment appears in the reverse, and especially here, and especially with this tarot, this is the Wild Unknown tarot, and I do interpret my tarot decks differently. That's also why I like to use different ones sometimes, because depending on the tarot, they give me a different energy. And especially when it appears, especially when it's from this deck, I get the sense that in the reverse, the universe is dying to give you something that you deserve. It is shouting on your ear. It's trying to talk to you, to tell you, to give you something. It is dying to give you that. And you're not accepting it. You don't want to see it. You keep denying it. And I know that I'm being very harsh with you here, group number 3, but I do feel that you need it. I do feel that you need to hear it. Also, because if you didn't need to hear it like that, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. I think that if this video reached you, it's because you needed to hear it like this. And so the universe is dying to give you something, something that is good for you, something that you deserve. And you are attached to that little coin that you didn't receive from someone. The lovers in reverse here as well. So I have, it confirms the feeling that I had in the beginning, that I do think that this a lot in this reading. Most of you are dealing with a romantic connection that ended, or that is in a pause or something like that, but most likely have ended. Someone who didn't give you the love that you wanted. I feel like most of you are dealing with that. And you are keeping your head here, you know. You keep focusing on why didn't he love me, why didn't he retribute me, why didn't he treat me right, why did I lose this love, I can still make it work. No, let it go. Really, let it go. Let it go, because the universe is screaming here saying, I have something so much better for you. Okay, you want to keep obsessing about that person who didn't... Oh, can you focus? Well, you want to keep obsessing over that person who didn't treat you right? Okay, that's your choice. But I have something so much better for you. I just have something so much better for you. Let it go. And remember, the whys, the reasons aren't always important, and you probably will never know the real reasons. You know why? And I feel like I need to tell you this also. Yeah, it's coming really strongly that I need to tell you this. Humans are complex. And I know that when we are in one end of a relationship, we see our own complexity, we see what we deserve, we see how we are, what we did right, what we did wrong, but we see the other person in very black and white lenses. Sorry about this focusing and unfocusing. It's starting to get dark already. Now it's winter. It gets dark very easily, very early. And then the camera is starting to go crazy here with the lower light. But back onto what I was saying. Humans are complex. But when we are in the receiving end of a situation that went badly, and we feel like the other person just didn't treat us right, we forget that. We forget that the other person is also complex. And you know, you don't know what is going on in this person's mind. And you need to understand that, and you need to accept that. You just don't know. You don't know what they are going through. You don't know why they treated you, how they treated you. You don't know how they feel. You don't know what they have been thinking. And maybe for you, it's like, but I gave this person the biggest love in the world. He or she could be so happy with me if they just accepted my love. So for us, it's very easy, you know. The other person just needs to say yes. It's an easy choice. I'm giving you awesome love here. Accept it. Give me back as well. And I get you. I get you, because I have been in these situations as well. But the thing is, the truth at the end of the day, we don't know. We struggle to know ourselves sometimes, you know. We don't even know ourselves as well as we should. We can't be so arrogant to think that we know others that well, because we don't. At the end of the day, we don't know what is going on their mind, on their hearts. We just don't know. We don't know how hard it is for them as well. And probably is, especially if this person was emotionally unavailable towards you, you know. If it's because maybe it's just a relationship that didn't work, but maybe it's also a relationship that didn't come off the grounds at all, and this person was emotionally unavailable, either to you or in general. I need to tell you this because I was emotionally unavailable for a big part of my life, and we don't do this for fun. It's not fun to be emotionally unavailable. We don't do that to hurt other people. No one does that to hurt other people. Um, Usually we do that because we come from a big trauma. We come from a very hard time in our lives that close our hearts to other people. And I know what you're thinking, because I just thought here in my head, oh, but then I can't help him. No, don't go there. You can't help someone. We are the only ones who can help ourselves. And this person needs to help themselves. Maybe them and their therapist needs to help them. Okay, but it's not you. It's not your job. Especially because you are emotionally involved with this person. So there will always be an agenda behind it, you know. You can tell yourself, and you may want to believe that, no, you're doing this out of kindness, empathy, and only, but you know that deep down in your heart, be honest with me and with yourself, okay? No one knows, just you. So be honest with yourself. There is always a hidden agenda. You want to help this person for a hidden agenda, and this hidden agenda is you having your needs met, is you not feeling abandoned or rejected by this person. It's not solely to help them. Okay, and I'm gonna stop here, because I think this was a big pep talk, right, guys? I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, because I think you did need to hear it, but yeah, I'm sorry if it was too harsh on some of you. I didn't mean to hurt any of you, but I do think that this is important to be said. And then here with the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So it is about time you let this burden, you release yourself of this burden. This person is not your job. It's not your job to heal this person. It's not your job to help them. It's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to do whatever. And especially because there is also another message coming here. You, me, us, whenever we deal with someone and we think that they need help, that they need to change, that they need to go through a transformation, that's our perspective. That's what we think is best for them. But you don't know what the higher soul of this person wants for themselves. You don't know what the higher, I'm going to repeat this, you don't know what the higher soul of this person really wants for them. This is based on what you think they should change, how you think they should be, what you believe they should heal. But you don't know what it is that their higher soul actually want from them. So don't take on the job of being someone else's savior. Don't take on the job of being someone else's savior. Because what you think they need to be saved from is your point of view, is your perspective, is your assumption. And it might not be what their soul wants for them. Okay? That was a harsh read. So let's go with your oracle cards. And I felt that this group would need words of affirmation. When I was shuffling it, I really felt like this. I just felt that it would be hard on you guys. And I felt like you would need some words of affirmation. So, oh, yeah. I'm gonna show this to you, but I always say this, but I don't cherry pick my cards. I have no idea what cards I got for you until I read them here with you. So we are seeing this all for the first time, and I'm not even gonna read this card. I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what it says. Not for you. And then we have the card Ascension. And this is a beautiful card. I love the artwork, which is focus on your ascension. Before you try to save someone else, what it is that you need to save in yourself. Before you try to change someone else, what is it that you need to change yourself? What you need to heal. Before you try to get them to heal, before you try to heal them, before you try to help them, before you have empathy with them, do you have empathy with yourself? Do you love yourself the way you love them? Are you taking care of yourself the way you want to take care of them? Take this energy that you're pouring on them with so much love, and I do know that you have so much love for this situation, but put this love in yourself, because you deserve this love. You deserve this. So with this Ascension card, I really get this message of you're so focused on helping this person evolve, grow, and heal. But what about you? You need all these things as well. You need love as well. And then the last card is from the Wild Offering Oracle deck, and I love this card, especially because it has Lord Ganesha here on the back, and I do have a very special connection with him. This is a new deck, and it has some bigger messages, so I'm just gonna read them for you, okay? It says calmness. So what it says is, the inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord. May your peaceful calm take over. I think this is a very beautiful message here, and it kind of ties back to how we start this reading, right? Your mind being on everything, jumping from one thing to the next to keep yourself from the things that you need to focus on. So I'm gonna reread this message for you. I feel called to reread it so that you can meditate on it, and you can even go back and listen to it, to this message as many times as you want, and to help just make yourself more centered, okay? So, the inner divine is the witness of all, remaining still and quiet even during intense turbulence. So take a deep breath and then say, quiet my mind, dear Lord. May your peaceful calm take over. And I will leave you with this one, group number 3. Have a wonderful week. I really hope you will find this calmness soon, that with this full moon eclipse in Gemini, you will manage to really tie up the situation, leave it in the past, and move towards a more balanced and healthy period of your life. Okay? I wish you all the best. Have a great week, and see you next time. Bye bye.